Mitigating risk is essential for any business. And in recent years, for digital businesses, environmental concerns, along with fluctuations in the cost of power and cooling, have added new and substantial risks when scaling IT and business operations. To this end, sustainability initiatives have become more prevalent. In a recent Enterprise Strategy Group research study, 71% of organizations identified as having environmental, social, and governance programs in place. The near and long-term risk due to changing climate is very real for IT environments when you consider the number of global data centers has increased from 500,000 in 2012 to more than 8 million today. By 2025, the IT industry could use 20% of all electricity produced and emit up to 5.5% of the world's carbon emissions. And the typical data center uses about 3 to 5 million gallons of water per day, the same amount as a city of 30 to 50,000 people. Here to help me discuss the importance of sustainability objectives and the role of IT is co-founder and CEO of Liqid, Sumit Puri. Sumit, before we get into the larger sustainability discussion, I'd love it if you could provide a quick overview of Liqid and your technology.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Scott. Thank you for inviting me today. Liqid is a software company, and we're focused on building solutions for composable, disaggregated infrastructure. The easy way of thinking about it is we are turning the static data center into a dynamically configurable data center through some very intelligent software, with the primary purpose of raising the efficiency and the utilization rates of the very expensive and power-hungry devices that we are deploying into our environments.
And Sumit, that's exactly why I'm excited to have you here today to talk about this topic, because it's that transition from the static data center to the dynamic data center that gives us more control over our resources, and ultimately it should be better for sustainability. We looked into the impact of sustainability on IT decision-making. 87% claim to have accelerated the replacement timeline for IT equipment due to ESG concerns. And 85% of IT decision makers claim to have eliminated a potential supplier or product due to ESG concerns. Sustainability is having a real impact. But what are you seeing in your customer conversations?
That's a great question, and it's great data. And if we think about it, at the end of the day, this is very much a thought around TCO, the total cost of ownership around deploying these very expensive assets. And there's no bigger impact that we can make on TCO than utilization rates. If we can take utilization rates from 20% to 40% to potentially even 70% and beyond, in theory, we should be able to shrink footprint. If we can do that, we should be able to do with one rack of infrastructure what previously took 2 or 3 racks of infrastructure to complete the same job and the same objective. And if we're successful with that, there's no bigger knob that we can turn in the data center around power, cooling, efficiency, and shrinking the footprint of the environment than cranking up the utilization rates. And that's what we're focused on doing, taking very expensive, power-hungry devices and maximizing the utilization rate of those devices so we can optimize around power, cooling, sustainability, water consumption, all of the things that we know matter to the decision makers that are buying IT today.
Sumit, I love that answer because it's about aligning goals. You know, you have the goal of reducing the overall TCO, the cost of infrastructure, but at the same time aligning it with a greater goal for what we can do to provide better sustainability to our planet. I mean, it's hard to imagine a world where sustainability is less important in the years ahead. What do you think of when you think of the future of the data center, or probably more accurately, the future of the sustainable data center?
Yeah, and a lot of times I talk around, the economic benefit. If the technology that we were developing here didn't have an economic benefit at the end of the day, I'm not sure people would be adopting it. The reason why people are moving towards a sustainability approach is because there's actual economic benefit to it, right? And so we see that increasing. Power costs are only going up. Water is only becoming more scarce. The number of data centers is only growing. So at some point in the near future, there's going to be a massive focus on how we optimize around that footprint. And so we don't see this problem going away. We see the problem actually getting bigger, and we see more and more economic decisions being made on the ability to impact sustainability.
Sumit, thank you so much for your time. And if you're in our audience and you'd like to learn more about Liqid and its technology and how to better optimize your data center, check out liqid.com. Thanks for watching.